The Odyssey, the long journey home, the clever hero's curse. Long ago, after the Greeks had conquered Troy using the infamous wooden horse, the war's greatest strategist, Odysseus, king of Ithaca, set sail for home. Victory was his, and he longed to see his wife, Penelope, and his young son, Telemachus. But Odysseus had angered the gods, especially Poseidon, the god of the sea, by blinding his son, Polyphemus, the Cyclops. As punishment, Poseidon swore that Odysseus would wander the seas for 10 years, facing impossible trials before he could return home. Monsters and magic. As Odysseus and his men journeyed across the Mediterranean, they encountered terrifying creatures and deadly enchantments. The Lotus Eaters, a mysterious island where the inhabitants ate a strange fruit that made Odysseus's men forget their home and wish to stay forever. The Cyclops Polyphemus, a monstrous one-eyed giant who trapped them in his cave. Odysseus tricked him, calling himself Nobody, and then blinded him to escape. Circe, the witch, a powerful sorceress who turned his men into pigs until Odysseus, with the help of the god Hermes, forced her to change them back. The Sirens, enchanting creatures whose song lured sailors to their doom. Odysseus plugged his men's ears with wax and tied himself to the mast so he could hear the song without being tempted. Scylla and Charybdis, a 6-headed sea monster and a deadly whirlpool. Odysseus had to make a terrible choice, sacrificing some of his men to Scylla rather than losing his entire ship to Charybdis. The final trial, the island of the sun god. Despite all their struggles, Odysseus's men sealed their fate when they slaughtered the sacred cattle of Helios, the sun god. As punishment, Zeus sent a mighty storm that destroyed their ship, killing everyone except Odysseus. He drifted to the island of Calypso, a beautiful nymph who held him captive for 7 years before the gods forced her to let him go. The return to Ithaca. At last, after 10 years of wandering, Odysseus reached Ithaca, only to find his home overrun with suitors who sought to marry Penelope and steal his throne. With the help of his son, Telemachus, and the goddess Athena, Odysseus disguised himself as a beggar to sneak into his palace. Penelope, still faithful, had devised a clever trick. She promised to marry whoever could string Odysseus's great bow and shoot an arrow through 12 axe heads. None of the suitors succeeded. Then the beggar took the bow, strung it effortlessly, and revealed his true identity. With Telemachus at his side, Odysseus slaughtered the suitors and reclaimed his home. The end of the Odyssey. After 20 long years, Odysseus was finally home. Penelope, testing him one last time, asked about their bed, one that only the real Odysseus could describe, for it was built from a living tree. When he answered correctly, she embraced him, knowing her husband had truly returned. Thus ended the greatest journey ever told, the Odyssey of Odysseus, a tale of wit, endurance, and the unwavering desire to return home.